Junior golf news then. A lot to cover because we haven't been doing a podcast for a few weeks now. So at this time of the year, lots of big competitions taking place, not just in this country, overseas as well. So right, let's start in England. Couple of regional qualifiers for boys competitions, team events. One in the North Counties, it was won by Yorkshire. The best individual was Sam Norman. The South East group, I was actually at this event, took place over in Suffolk. It was won by Kent. The individual winner was an Essex golfer called Charlie Rusbridge. And Charlie went into the event with some seriously good form, because we've got a photo of him because he played in the England Under-18s Championship, and there he is with the trophy because he won it at Heswall Golf Club. He's from Colne Valley. He shot 67, 73, 66 and then 71 in the final round, but he needed a playoff to win the competition because he was joint leader with Harris Sewell and Daniel Hayes. Harris, so really well done to him because he shot 64 in the final round, which was a course record at Heswall as well. But Charlie birdied the second playoff hole, so he won that tournament. So well done to him for winning the Under-18 Championship. It is a junior podcast, but we like to include the under-21s as well. The English Women's Open Stroke Play Championship that took place, and that was won by a 21-year-old Lily Hurst from Huddersfield. And the Midlands Under-21 Girls Closed Amateur Championship, that was won by Ella Mason. Back down to the ones under-18s, though, the Sir Henry Cooper Junior Masters Boys and Girls competitions. Henry Stiles, who actually played in that event I was talking about, the South East competition, he won the boys' prize there. Lila Bissay won for the girls' competition. And Midland Boys Closed Amateur Championship, that was won by Mark Hewlett Jr. And the South West County Boys Championship was won by Brandon Skidmore. Right, Fowler Series, we mentioned a little bit earlier. I went to the event over in Latvia, came back from Latvia, and then pretty much all within a few days, I was down on the south coast at the Isle of Purbeck, and that was a competition which was won by Theo Anderson Gannon. We've got a photo of Theo, which was taken by yours truly there. I think you'll agree. Nice. Wonderful photo. Yes. So he won the overall prize, also the under-21s as well. Ava Bates won the girls under-21s. Under-16s was won by Ariana Virik, and the boys under-16s was won by Dominic Harrington. They all qualified now for the grand final, which takes place over in the UAE, I think in November, if memory serves me right. Of course, you've got the invite for Matthew again to go along, haven't you, Ian?
It's not arrived in the post yet, but I'm sure it's coming. Like the last couple of years, I'm sure it's on. It's just got lost. You know, it's this whole takeover of the Royal Mail. It's clearly playing havoc with my invites. So yeah, I don't get invited to anything anymore.
No, I should be there though. So we'll be doing something, I'm sure, on the Progress Junior Golf podcast about that. Right, that's English golf. Let's go to up north of the border then. Scotland then. Scottish Girls Under-16s Open Championship took place at Muckhart. Winner was Lauren Crum, English golfer though. 74, 70, 71. She won by 3 shots. The Scottish Boys Championship though, that was won by, and it's interesting that you see a lot of these Scandinavians coming through, and we've seen it at professional level now, really top quality golfers, and you can tell that they're developing the game really well in their country. It's won by Norwegian Matthias Ayers. He won by 1 shot from Harriet O'Hara from Ireland. Matthias shot 70, 67, 68. Harry could have forced a playoff if he'd managed to par the last hole or even birdie the last hole, and he would have won by 1 shot. Unfortunately, he bogeyed the last.
Matthias Ayers. Steve, that literally has major winner written all over it, that, doesn't it? It just sounds right. Matthias Ayers, the Open champion. Oh, it just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does, yes. You have to be really careful, though.
Yeah.
Right, staying in Scotland then. The Stephen Gallagher trophies, actually, a few Stephen Gallagher competitions took place. Stephen Gallagher trophies took place at Roxburgh. Boys winner was Kieran Gribble. Girls winner was Rosie Maguire. And the Boys National Match Play Championship, boys, actually, Finley, so the medal was won by Finley Haleswood. The stroke play, which goes through to the medal, was won by Scott Newman. You might remember Scott. I think he appeared on the podcast when we were at the Founders Series up in St Andrews. So obviously maintaining his good form over the last couple of years. Staying in Scotland then, Junior Tour Scotland, a couple of events there. One at Hayston was won, boys by the Jamie Henshaw, girls by Zoe Davidson. Another event in Newmaker. Boys was Ethan Maid and girls was Ruby Watts. And the Cameron Corbett Vase took place at Hags Castle. Was won by James Morgan. Right, let's go over the REC then. I will mention a competition which I'm going to be covering next week. Is the Champion of Champions tournament, which is over in Ireland. It takes place at Lochern Golf Club. We're going to be there taking photos. We're hopefully going to be doing a podcast on that because there are players from, I think, 250 players from countries, I think 40 different countries from around the world. So it's going to be really good podcast that we're going to be covering on that. But the Amateur Championship, British Amateur Championship, took place at Ballyliffin Golf Club. And we mentioned about those Scandinavians, another Scandinavian victory on this occasion as well. Denmark's Jakob Skov Olesen. He beat Dominic Clements in the final. So well done to Jakob there. Well, you might remember Dominic actually, because he, if you remember, won the Scottish Men's Open Championship. How many shots did he win by, Ian? Can you remember?
A lot.
A lot. You're right. 17 shots he won that Scottish Men's Open Championship.
I was right.
Yes. Yes, you were nowhere near when you tried to guess on the occasion when we did.
I'm always too conservative. I probably said about 3 or 4, but I should have known.
Yes. Teenager Connor Graham, though, from Scotland, he was actually the best qualifier from the stroke play. So that's the way it sometimes works for these tournaments. Best play from the stroke play goes into the match play, and obviously it can feel like a completely different format. And obviously, and quite often match play is very different from stroke play. He lost in the second round. But obviously, Jakob went on to win there. Some regional competitions over in Ireland. The Leinster Under-18s and Girls Amateur Championship. Boys winner was won by Louis Goodman. Girls was Katie Dillon. The Connor Under-16 boys, that was won by Isaac Oliver. Ulster, boys and girls. Stuart Nesbitt won the boys. Kaylee Mulholland won the girls. And the Munster Under-18 Championship, Daniel McKenna won the boys, and the girls was won by Lucy Grattan. Mentioned there about the Champion of Champions. That's run by Michael Gallagher, who's been on the podcast on many occasions previously. He also runs the Irish Junior Open Tour, and he had an event at Holyrood, and that was won by Benjamin Opperholzer. So well done to Benjamin. Right, that's the British Isles. Let's do the events overseas then, the ones, and we're talking about around the world here. The Toyota Junior Golf World Cup took place at Chukho. What a great name this is for a golf club, by the Chukho Golf Club in Japan. The US won it. They won. Well, actually, they shared it. The boys were shared between the United States and Korea. The United States won the girls' competition. In that boys' competition, though, England finished in 9th position. The team was Ben Bolton, Seb Tesoro, and Daniel Hayes, who we mentioned a little bit earlier. So
I know Ben Bolton very well. I'm glad he's going well. Yeah.
Well, hold fire there. He might well get a mention in a few moments' time as well with another competition he took place in. So, European Girls Amateur Championship, that took place over in Sweden. And the winners, the stroke play qualifiers, or the leading qualifying team was Spain, through to the match play stage. And the winning team was England.
Yes.
So the team was Sadie Adams, Isla McDonald O'Brien, Charlotte Norton, Matilda Santilli, Chloe Tabard, and Amelia Wan. Now, if I tell you, Ian, the standard of the players who played in this competition, there's 48 players who played in this competition. And have a guess how many of those 48 had a handicap of +2 or better?
48 played in the tournament.
48.
I'm going to say 48.
That would be seriously good standard, but not far off actually. 44 of them with a +2.
Well, that entire team you mentioned for England, obviously I know basically all of them from Faldo Series Grand Finals and things like that. So I'm not surprised. The standard is very high indeed.
Absolutely, yes. Right, boys though, boys championship that took place in Austria, and England made it through to the final. They were playing against France, and the team was Ben Bolton, Sebastian D'Souza, Daniel Hayes, Chris Kim, Oscar Lent, and Charlie Rusbridge, and we lost the final. France won that competition. All right, so let's talk about combined handicaps there. So those 6 English players, what is their combined handicap? This is frightening.
Okay, combined handicap, and there's 6 of them.
Yes.
It's obviously going to be low, so I'm going to give an average of handicap of 2, so 12.
So plus 12, you say, yeah?
Yeah.
Close. Plus 30.5.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That is combined.
Yeah.
So on average, plus 5.1.
Wow. I was actually, I've gone the other way now, haven't I? I've been too generous.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. France, by the way, of the top 10 players in that competition, had 5 of the lowest handicappers. So watch out for French golf in years to come. There could be some really, really good players coming through from France.
Can I just bring this back to the football as well, actually, Steve? Because there's a bit of a link here, isn't there, with the English women's side going on to win things and the men doing well but losing out in finals. So, yeah, go on, girls. Go on.
bit harsh on Ben, Sebastian, Daniel, Chris, and Oscar and Charlie.
Well, it is very harsh because actually, and I can tell you something, I bet they played a lot better than the England men's football team. So, yeah.
Yes, true, yes. Right, just boys amateur. So that was the top division for the boys amateur. There was a second division as well, which took place in Poland. And Scotland finished, they were the top qualifiers from the match play, from the stroke play. But it was actually won by Belgium, surprisingly enough, which is a country which I wouldn't have expected to have that many very, very good young golfers. So perhaps that might be one as well to watch out for. And just finally, as far as the news is concerned, just one last one. Back in this country, though, talking about top quality golfers. Shires Junior Golf Tour, we mentioned it in the last podcast that we had an event at Seacroft in Skegness. It was a team event, and the prize was a coaching clinic with Charlie Hull. And the winning team was Yash Pankania, Amanda Ellis, and Edie Conley. So really congratulations to those three.
Congratulations, guys, yeah.
And they did it in style as well. They needed to get 5 points, so out of so it's best 2 from 3 on each hole. They need to get 5 points in the last hole. So basically they needed to have a par and a birdie on the last hole to win it. Well, they didn't just do that. They had a gross birdie and a gross par on the last hole. So they won it by a couple of points. So well done to them. Right, but final question then, because I know you love this. Winning individual score then, what do you reckon it was then?
Stroke play, was it?
No, it was Stableford.
1 round.
1 round. Bearing in mind that I think of the 20 odd players or 30 players who were playing in it, I don't think many of them had ever played links golf before. And I'll give you an example here. One of the tour organisers went and had a practice round the day before, and he reckons he lost 15 golf balls. That's how thick the rough was there.
Okay, so I'm going to be. What I think he actually is quite bold, because I've done quite a bit of Stableford recently. And yesterday, for example, the winner was Oliver Bradley, who was 3 under par, Stableford points to par. He got 39 points. So it's obviously going to be a little bit more, as you wouldn't be asking me. 42.
Very good guess. Niall Goodridge, 10-year-old Niall Goodridge, had 2 net eagles and 9 net birdies for 47 points. Not bad. And bless him, he was such a lovely lad. He came up to me at the end and said, "Do I get the prize of the day with Charlie?" Now the prize went to the team, but we're going to try and see whether we can get Niall along on that day.
Bring him along that day. Come on, bring him along. Charlie would love that, wouldn't she? She'd be all
absolutely. Over that. Yeah, and I also have to mention as well, I think Yash, who was part of the winning team, I think he's only 8 or 9 years old. So we've got some really, really good young golfers coming through with the Shires Junior Golf Tour. So congratulations to everyone who's taking part there. And I mentioned as well for Scott Chalmers, who lost 15 golf balls the day before. We hope we might be able to find some golf balls for you in the weeks and months ahead. But right, that wraps up the junior golf news then.